This is a story of Dave and Sharon finally living their dreams of sailing to the Caribbean and beyond. Join us while we share our adventures from getting the boat ready and embarking on our cruising life.
Hi, so we're trying to change the port fuel gauge, and when we did it, when I was over helping Arlo in SV Seduction, making sure, just open up this little plate on the bottom here, and he can, right down here is the gauge, and on his this was all wide open. You just had to reach down and undo the bolts. So I took the plate off this one, and to my surprise, look at all this. We have here and here is insulated copper lines for the refrigerator freezer lines. You have some air return lines here and here. You have some wires. This is right down in here is a is the major red battery cable that goes to the charger inverter, which is behind this wall right here. And it doesn't look like, and then a hose of some sort, so it doesn't look like I'm gonna have much luck in moving this stuff around. I don't know how I'm gonna get this fuel gauge out. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy if I can do it at all. The fuel gauge is circular from about here to about here. So it goes, it's this area right here. I'd have to get that up through here in order to put the other one down in. That's not going to be easy, or it might not even be doable. You might have to just live with no fuel gauge on this side. I'm going to see if I can reach down there and pull the pull a hot wire off from, pull the positive off the top of the tank and clean things up and see if I can get this fuel gauge going. It was going when we bought the boat. The starboard one was not, and I can get to that one easy. We'll replace that with the new fuel gauge. On this one, I guess just hope it. I don't know. Gotta figure out what to do here.
It looks like he moved things around enough, and he might have got it working, because when you press this button, it goes up to 3/4, which is good. It's moving.
Before it would just peg out to the top.
Yeah, we just peg out for the top all the way to the full. Anyways, we might be in luck and not have to change that fuel gauge.
Alright, so we got cleaned up all the connectors down there, and it works. So we're going to put some liquid electrical tape, Starbright. I already put that on there. Let that harden up, and that should keep it from both corroding and shorting onto the top of the tank, if that's what was happening. I think some of those hoses were just pushing it down and getting it shorted, so this got it up underneath there, and that will keep it all from that happening again. And then the other one, again, I'll put the new one in over there, and we'll just hang on to
The new what?
the new, what do you call it there, fuel gauge. Will go in the starboard. That fuel gauge doesn't work at all. I've tested it, it's just no good, so we'll replace that. I've got both parts, and the other one we'll just store, and someday...
Store, or maybe take return?
Yeah, no, we'll store it. Someday that might go in there somehow. I have a feeling I have to connect some of the rubber hoses and the air duct vents and stuff. I can't really take those lines out, but that's enough to do that. So right now I'm going to do my toothpick. My toothpick, right here. Yeah. Toothpick trick. 5-minute epoxy toothpick, and we'll put them down in the wood, in the screw holes to mount this again, just to beef it up a little bit. Some of them were a little bit loose, some of them were tight, but we'll fill those holes in a little bit, and that will tighten it right up.
Okay.
Both to keep it together and then protect them from getting inadvertent shorts somewhere.
Rubber tape.
Rubber tape. So.
And then you tuck it under there?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It'll be under this board anyway.
Okay,
So.
and this is where the fuel gauge came out of and where you put it in?
Yeah, that's
because I forgot to.
We didn't do it, but it's simple.
I forgot
They
to
send
take
this
the
little.
video.
They send this little plate with it to match what the other plate was, but the other plate won't work with this one, so they send this plate with it. You always got to remember, pull these bolts out, all of these ones out, and pull the whole unit out. Do not do these ones. There's a ring on the back side that those are screwed in, and if you unscrew these, that ring will fall down to the bottom of your fuel, and you'll be emptying the fuel out to get that ring. Now on mine, I have stainless steel lock nuts on the back of these. I do have that ring, and it's uptight with the ring, and then you put lock nuts on, and that way if you go inadvertently and loosen these without knowing it, that ring won't drop down, and this won't come out either. So then you'll end up pulling these out, seeing what's wrong, and you'll see that there's a ring on the back side with a threaded ring for these. So that was a kind of a design flaw. If somebody didn't know not to pull these out, that old ring go right down the bottom. And what the ring is backing for this fiberglass to hold this whole unit in. And there's a gasket right here and one right here. And then of course a gasket under this one. We're just in the back of the gauge here, pulling off these little screws for this bracket. And luckily, there's some holes in the other one for the same setup. Alright. Let's see, brown and blue. And I have to get my glasses. Pull that out for a minute. No, the gauges are marked.
Okay.
Ground plus, oh, and that's the ground for, the blue wire is the ground for that, the plus is that, and that must be the positive for that. Alright, so we had a little challenge in wiring. Because we're going from a 3-wire system on the back of these to a multi-wire system on the new gauge. So Arlo had done the same thing, so I went over to get the wiring from him, except that he has a slightly different gauge. And so I had to go back and forth and do some stuff, and I ended up with here's the wiring diagram. That's the one I'm going to use, except I'm going to combine my powers in here all into one. I have a push button, and they have 3 different power lines. They have a light power line there. They have a connect ignition on 15, and they have steady power on 30. That's not going to work because I have a 3 system. So what I did was I put all the powers onto one line, except let's see, except the boom, 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 blue, black, signal ground. I did not use that. I left that out altogether. So now what I have is, if you want to see that again, here I have terminal 1 red, 4 brown, and 6 blue red on my brown lead, which is one of my is my power lead that's on the switch. I have black on blue. Whoops! I have black on my blue, with my blue is ground, and then I have green on the sensor ground. So green goes on my white, which is sensor ground. And I finally got it going. Where's there? Sensor ground is somewhere in there. Sensor minus, right down here, sensor minus. So I finally got it going, and we'll show you what she looks like when she turns on. Oop, oop, oop. Here's the new gauge, here's the old gauge. The old gauge, when it's bad, sticks on full, and that's what the other one was doing. This gauge starts on low, but when I push the button, what's going to happen is it's going to go down and reset itself, and then come up. And we actually have a little more than half a tank because these gauges are slightly short. They didn't have the longer ones in stock, so I took the one that were about 2 inches short. So I have about 2 inches of fuel reserve in each tank when she's on empty, which will be good. I just have to, if we ever sell the boat, I have to tell the new owners that. And this is the gauge is working, thank goodness, because I can't get to that gauge to change it out. I did buy everything for it, but I can't. My refrigerator lines go right over the top of that, which I showed in another video, I think. All right, and here we are with everything open. Sharon helping out. Until the next time.
We want to say thank you to all of our viewers who have subscribed and commented. We appreciate your support and feedback. If you haven't already, Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. This really helps us build our channel up so we can keep bringing you more videos.